The backbone of digital transformation, advanced data centers, how are they driving the GCC growth? So in a way, this is also again going to be in a way summing up all that we've heard all through the day and possibly anything that we've missed through the day as well. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, we'd also love to hear your views, your suggestions of what you thought about the agenda and the speakers on stage. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our next speaker, Mr. Chandan Gupta, Business Unit Head, Colocation, Werks, Iron Mountain Data Center, to please join us on stage for this presentation.
Hello.
We can give him a louder cheer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Chandan, the floor is all yours.
Wow, long day. So we have been talking about GCCs in India, we have been talking about AI. Now I am going to introduce you to AI infra basically, what it means to host an AI infra, what is a data center, how do we contribute to this GCC revolution in India. So this is the data we have. We have 50% of the world's GCCs are based in India. And we should make sure that we have even better share, we maintain this competitiveness. And as a data center operators, we really want to contribute to this. 50% of enterprise technology products developed in GCC, 70% of GCCs integrate tech and business function driving global strategies, and 2,400 GCCs. That this is the number of GCCs projected in India by 2030, creating employment for 4.5 million people. It's a big number. It can contribute possibly more than a % of GDP in India. So this is a serious thing, and when things go serious, you need an operator who can help you out with the digital infrastructure. So right now this is a trend just for everybody's understanding. That how are we placed, how are the different cities in India placed. Right now if you see, Bangalore in fact boasts of more than 40% of GCC presence in India. The basic reason why there are so many GCCs in Bangalore is basically the good skill set availability, good weather, good employee retention strategies, and the cosmopolitan culture which Bangalore hosts of. Now we see all others catching up, whether it's Hyderabad, Chennai, Pune, and now Delhi NCR. So it's an upcoming location, I would say, and lots of the talent availability. I see the longevity of employee stay in Delhi is far better than what we have in Bangalore or Hyderabad. So Delhi, I see lots of GCC in fact coming up, taking up space in Delhi also. And government right now, although is working for the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, but I see lots of improvement in terms of infrastructure, especially the network infrastructure availability. And plus, on top of that, the kind of algorithm we are going to build for AI, that is going to define how are we going to perform in tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. So these are a talent hub, technological innovation, strategy focused, government support. So these are the few drivers of GCC growth in India. The corporate landscape, innovation and R&D hubs, there are different types of services right now being offered by GCCs in India. So now coming back to the data centers, how are we helping you out? As a data center operators, how are we making sure that whatever infrastructure you are deploying, lots of AI model training, lots of those energy and power intensive applications, setups, the hardware, the NVIDIA, the Blackwell chip, how are you going to manage it? So you need a specialized operator who can help you out with hosting this infra, making sure that whenever you need it, upscaling or downscaling, whichever way you want, or you should have as a service player, reliable operator who is global in nature, who has presence all across the globe. You sign one contract and you are through globally. Anywhere in the world you can have capacity available through us. Then we will touch on to the sustainability part. Sustainability, obviously, the way things are going, the more and more power intensive applications and more power intensive infra is there. We need to make sure that whatever we are doing is sustainable in nature. We have enough amount of renewable energy available in data centers so that we can pass on those carbon credits to you and you can have your net zero and carbon neutrality targets met as per your organization's expectations. And then we'll touch a little bit on the hybrid and multi-cloud trend which we see. Okay, so when we talk about data centers, there is a significant difference. When we talk about a traditional data center, which used to talk about a small, a 3 kilowatt or a 5 kilowatt power requirement per rack, which has now grown to on an average 20 kilowatt or 30 kilowatt in a rack. And in some exceptional cases, they are talking about more than 100 kilowatt in a rack. So how do we differentiate between these two data centers? Now, a traditional data center was a normal, even a captive data center. You can have some setup in your building, in your office, and you can continue to operate it. But now with the AI data centers, AI trend, lots of mix and match of coolings are required. There could be 20% of your setup which requires liquid cooling. Rest of the setup is normal air cooled. Now, you need those mix and match and kind of competency and skill sets available in our data centers. That's where we come in. So we have built our data center which can support both kind of workload, have better efficiency, there is less wastage for cooling, and liquid cooling is supported by design. So these are the few of the things, high computational demands. Now GPUs and TPUs are becoming common. Even for normal organizations, the GPU, TPUs the trend is taking place. In traditional data centers, things were not like that. The GPU used to be an exceptional thing. A couple of servers having GPUs, that's it. So this is how we are doing it. We have been doing it outside India. Now we are doing it in India. We make sure that whichever data center you choose, we have data centers all across India. We have 9 locations in US, 5 locations in fact in Europe, and in Singapore outside India. Sustainability wise, we are signatory to the climate pledge, net zero emission by 2040, and we continue to help our customers. Whosoever hosts their infrastructure in our data centers continues to get benefit from that. So here, I mean, do you see, does it feel like these two are different type of approach? One on the left side is a traditional, if you see, I mean, some old guys must be there like me, who have seen these kind of remotes where lots of matrix of buttons are there on the TV remote and you don't know where to push it. Now there is a next generation TV remote where there are only 4 or 5 buttons and that's it. So that is precisely what is happening in hybrid cloud. Now most of the time maybe you have a hyperscaler which is providing best of the services, 500 services available, thousands of services available, 100x scale available, but do you really require it? So that is where the hybrid cloud trend is basically in a way forced by CFOs. They want to see the TCO or the NPV for 5 years or 6 years from now, and that is where this thing is happening, where you create your own setup, connect it over to your favorite hyperscaler and make use of both of them. So we have this Nutanix who have deployed their cloud in our data centers. So whosoever subscribe to our data centers get that Nutanix platform by default. So we call this service as VMX. So webworksvmx.com, you can go and see that how can you best of the use, how can we use it, and we are always open for discussion. So this is the presence which we have all across the world. If you talk about North America, we are available in 5 locations. In Europe, we are in 4 locations, and in India, we are in 5 locations as of now. But we are coming up with a big campus in Chennai as well. So in total 6 locations in phase 1, and in future, depending on the trend which we see in edge computing, we have close to 100 warehouses across India. So we might convert few of them to edge location depending on the requirement projections. So we also have one in Singapore, but Singapore, yeah, it's difficult to get capacities, because of the moratorium in place. So that is the reason why we are a little extra careful in our power consumption. Whatever we do, it should be sustainable. Otherwise, government sanctions can always be there. So these are basic capacities all across. So we have a bigger campus in Mumbai. Mumbai boasts of more than 50% capacities in India. So we continue to see that surge in Mumbai capacity. So we have built a large campus in Mumbai, another large campus in Chennai, followed in NCR. We have a setup in Sector 63 in Noida, and followed by the Hyderabad, Bangalore setup, and we have a small facility in Pune as well. So this is one interesting thing we do. But whenever you come to our data center, we have seen more than 90% reduction in your internet bills because of the internet ecosystem in place. Most of the setup, most of your traffic can go through the private internet exchange based, and then you can reduce your bandwidth billing by as high as 90%. So whenever you come to our data center, this is by default services which you get. Thank you so much.